Let's meet your home team.
Another battle here from Terre, Haute. It's the Solar Flares and the Arrows. These two teams played each other a couple days ago. It's going to be a good game tonight here at the Wabash Valley Forum. We welcome you. The starting five for the Solar Flares are the same. It's Barry, Lampley, Curry, and Walker. Here we go. The Solar Flares look to win, but it's going to be Arrow's ball first. Here's Ellett. Zach Ellett looks. He goes. He slams it in. First shot of the day is made by Zach Ellett. Barry, there. Curry, now it's Landon Lampley. Here's Kenneth. Back to Curry. Justin Curry. Back to Barry. Kirion Barry misses a three. Ridgway with the rebound. Ridgway back to Green. Here's Wren. Tyler Wren for two. And this is a Terre Haute team that everybody has been waiting for. Here's Walker. Has the ball. Covered by Ridgway. Look at this defense. Curry back to Lampley. Back to Curry. Here's Kirion Barry again. He misses a three. Ridgway rebound. Here's Wren. Wren misses a two. It's blocked. Here's Barry. Barry back to Walker. Walker for two. And the Solar Flares are down by two now. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson holds it. Back to Ellett. Zach Ellett for two. Zach Ellett will score. Here's Kirion Barry now. Barry has it. Back to Lampley. Kenneth Lampley. Back to Barry. Barry with it now. Looks tough. Look at the defense by Stevenson. Barry up. Misses. Landon Lampley misses again. It's Tyler Wren with the rebound. Here's Ridgway. Ridgway loses it. Curry with the steal. Kenneth Lampley for three. Man, what a turn of events now. It's a 1-point game. Here's Thunder back to Stevenson. Here's Cap. Zach Ellett with it now. Ellett looks for three. Does not go. Here's Lampley back to Barry. Barry back to Walker. Walker up. It's good. Orange Beach back up front. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson looks. Tough defense by Barry. Stevenson pass to Ridgway. Ball Ridgway. Misses a three. Kenneth Lampley with the rebound. Here's Curry. Justin Curry with the putback dunk. Wren gives it to Stevenson. Here's Stevenson. Pass to Ellett. Ellett there with it. Zach Ellett for three. Today is Zach Ellett's day to shine. Barry to the lane plate. Now, here is lane plate. Looks to Barry. Barry almost loses it. Now it's stolen by Wren. Stolen by lane plate. Barry again puts it up for two. Solar Flares are up 11-9. Stevenson with it now. Timeout, Terre Haute. Really good game so far here at the Wabash Valley Forum. Really good game. Take a look at Jonathan Stevenson this season. Stevenson's looks really good this season. How about the Arrows tonight, though? Look really good. Duke Carnes and the Hawks beat Johnson County 65-27. That was a blowout. Ridgeway. Back to Oliver. Here's Ellen. Back to Oliver. Paul Oliver with it. Oliver looking to take it himself. Back to Ellen. Ellen for three. Misses, doesn't go. Lane plate, back to Hopkins. Hopkins has it. Here's Walker now. Walker inside. Doesn't go. Stevenson has the ball. Here's Ellett. Zach Ellett now. Back to Ridgeway. Now here's Oliver. Here's Cap Ellett. Zach Ellett for two. Game tied. Big pass to Woods. Woods with a slam. Danville beat Bloomington. Here's Ellett with it. Ellett looks. Loses the ball. Here is Walker. Walker now has it. Walker looks back to Hopkins. Here's Curry. Curry back to Walker. Levi Walker misses a three. Ridgeway has it. Pass to Miller. Jahari Miller ties it up. Really good game early in this one. Levi Walker with the ball. Oliver closing in. Here's Walker. Gets around Oliver. Does not get it to go. Here's Ridgeway. Ridgeway back to Oliver. Now it's Cap. Zach Ellett looks inside the paint. Misses. Rebound Hopkins. Time running out. Hopkins there. Looks. Walker. Levi Walker for three. It's a buzzer beater. And the Solar Flares are going to be up three entering the second quarter. Closer game tonight than a couple days ago. We welcome you back to the Wabash Valley Forum. Woods gives it to Schaefer. The keys to this game: Orange Beach needs to play tough and play like what they did a couple days ago. For Terre Haute, they need to play better, play like what they usually do, and Woods gets it for two. And another thing like to think about too for Terre Haute, they need to start making threes. Oliver, Bach, and others are out there. Here's Brian. Brian misses a two. Rebound by him. Oliver back to Wren. Here's Cooper Bach. Now Paul Oliver with it. Oliver looks. Shot is blocked by Levi Walker. Here's Smith. Alonzo Smith. Pass goes out of bounds. League leaders in points in the last 30 days. The Thunder, the Orange Cats, and the Solar Flares are the top three. Kerryon Berry is into the game for Ben Schaefer. Here's Paul Oliver. How about Green back into this game as well? Oliver looks back to Miller. Jahari Miller looks. He goes up, doesn't score. Lampley with the rebound. Here's Alonzo Smith back to Barry. Tough offense for this crowd. Tough offense for the Solar Flares. Kyrion Barry misses a three, goes off, rebound, and Alonzo Smith gets the ball. And he will score. Here we go. Oliver back to Bryan. Christian Bryan can't put it up. Now here's Max Hopkins. His pass to Lampley is good. Lampley back to Barry. Kyrion Barry looks. Back to Lampley. Lampley misses a three. Green back to Miller. Jahari Miller with the slam. And over until it's over. Here's Barry once again. Timeout, Orange Beach. The travel might not be affecting Orange Beach like it affected Terre Haute, but it's still a closer game this game than the last time. Welcome back here to Terre Haute, the home of the Arrows. We listened in to the conversation for the Arrows, and their head coach ended up saying, hey, play better. If we don't, we will lose big time like we did a couple days ago. Here's Lampley. Lampley there. Barry on the court. Barry has it now. Barry, who's he going to give it to? To Alonzo Smith, who slams it in. Alonzo Smith with the slam. Here's Jonathan Stevenson with it. Stevenson has it. Back to Miller. Here's Jahari Miller. He looks strong. Miller. Miller back to Wren. Tyler Wren misses the three-pointer. Here's Landon Lampley. Lampley going. Here's Barry. Back to Smith. Now it's Kenneth Lampley. Back to Landon. Landon Lampley gives it to Smith. Alonzo Smith misses a three. Almost a rebound by Woods. But here's Green. Back to Wren. Tyler Wren for two. And it's going to be an and one. Kenneth Lampley with the foul. Justin Curry is into the game. Tyler Wren is in for the two. How about Zach Ellett? Actually, no. Wren is at the line for one. Wren makes the free throw. Zach Ellett back into the game for the Arrows. Barry back to Smith. Smith has it. Back to Barry. Barry. Oliver. Kyrion Barry makes the shot. Here's Stevenson. The pass from Green. Now here's Cap. Ellett running in. Blocked by Lampley. Ellett once again going strong. Back to Wren. Tyler Wren looks good. Here's Paul Oliver. Back to Wren. Back to Green. Back to Ellett. Zach Ellett for three. 3-point game in Terre Haute. Once again, Zach Ellett is clutch. 3-point game. Here's Justin Curry. Can he be stopped? That's the question. Here's Landon Lampley. Back to Curry. Curry misses the three. Stevenson rebound. Here's Wren. Back to Ellett. Ellett looks. Back to Wren. Here's Paul Oliver. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson. Now it's Ellett. Zach Ellett misses the three. Barry rebound. Here's Landon Lampley. Here's Lampley. Covered by Ellett. Now here is Woods. Covered by Oliver. Alonzo Smith covered by no one for three. The one thing that Terre Haute cannot do is miss a three and let Orange Beach shoot a three. Here's Green. Green looks. Pass to Ellett. Zach Ellett puts it up for two. Zach Ellett looks really good tonight. Gulf Shores loses tonight as well. How about that game? Here's Alonzo Smith. Back to Curry. Curry, covered by Green. He will miss. Green with the great defense on Justin Curry. Wren looks good. Back to Green. Back to Oliver. Oliver, who's he going to give it to? Oliver doesn't keep it himself. It's Cap. Zach Ellett for two. Smith back to Barry. Barry holds it. Halftime. It's a 2-point game. The Arrows look strong here tonight, but they are down by 2. Good game at the Wabash Valley Forum. It's time for the Nova Rain halftime show. We welcome you back to the halftime show. How about this game tonight, folks? Orange Beach and Terre Haute trading blows, trading threes, and a lot of great plays by both teams. We've seen great dunks, 3-point contest race. Delk, Bates, Ingram, Volts, Baker Lanes, and Bryce Wren are up there. Man, oh man. Orange Beach, Terre Haute. Great game. 2-point game here in halftime. Zach Ellett has 16 points tonight. He is a guy that is owning this team. 27-25. Welcome back to Orange Beach. Welcome back to Terre Haute. Let's take a look at tonight's star player that we need to look at. It's Zach Ellett. Ellett, once again, really good game tonight. A couple threes tonight. He's been clutch when the time counts. Orange Beach as well. Here we go. Lampley, back to Lampley. Here's Kenneth. Lampley gives it to Barry. Stevenson, Green, Ridgeway, Ellett, and Wren on the court. Here's Curry. Curry cannot go for two. Wren back to Green. Here's Ridgeway with the slam. We are tied at 27. Here's Barry. Barry looks. He looks strong. Look at Stevenson. Getting covered. Here's Lampley. Lampley for three. He misses. Rebound. Here's Green. Nick Green misses a three. Barry with the rebound. Here's Barry. Down. And it's stolen by Stevenson. Now here's Ellett. Zach Ellett misses. Curry rebound. Here's Barry. Back to Walker. Walker misses. Stevenson with the rebound. Here is Ridgeway. Back to Stevenson. Back to Green. Nick Green. Nick Thunder Green for three. Arrows up by 3. Timeout, Orange Beach. The Arrows hot to start the second half. Back live from Terre Haute. Taking a look at the league leaders in free throws this season. And it is all Terre Haute. The Arrows lead that stat. Orange Beach. Lengthy conversation. Here's Walker. He looks, gives it to Barry. Barry, back to Curry. Gives it to Lampley. Here's Kenneth Lampley. Kenneth Lampley misses a three. Stevenson with the rebound. Here's Stevenson. Holds it himself. Stevenson goes up. Puts it up for two. Here we go. Walker with it now. Walker has it. And he misses a shot right. Tyler Wren rebound. Wren with it. Back to Green. Back to Ellett. Zach Ellett misses a shot. Walker rebound. Here's Curry. Curry looks. Ridgway there. And Curry with the slam. Ridgway was just confused on where Curry was going. Now here's Stevenson. Stevenson has the ball. Back to Ridgway. Here's Wren. Back to Green. Back to Stevenson here. Wren. Stevenson again. It's Zach Ellett now. Ellett has it. Zach Ellett misses a three-pointer. Walker with the rebound. Walker with it. A three-pointer would tie it. Here's Barry. Back to Lampley. Back to Curry. Here's Landon Lampley. Now it's Levi Walker. Walker looks strong. Covered by Stevenson. Barry. Carry on Barry. Ties it up. Timeout Terre Haute. A hot start by Terre Haute. Cool off by the Solar Flares. Now here we go, folks. Back from Terre Haute. A hot start by the Arrows, stalls, and now it's all Orange Beach with the that is hot. Stevenson gives it to Oliver. Oliver gives it to Ellett. Ellett looks really good tonight. Ellett looks, keeps it for himself, misses a three. Lampley has the ball now. Here's Walker. Evan Walker there. Has the ball, spins, Lampley, now it's Curry. Curry, now Lampley. Now here's Kenneth Lampley. Back to Walker, Levi Walker for three. Arrows down by three now. Here's Zach Ellett. Ellett looks. Back to Wren. Tyler Wren has it. The pass to Ridgway. Ridgway looks, spins, out back to Wren. Here's Paul Oliver. Back to Ellett. Zach Ellett from the corner. Oh, and he will miss again. Here's Lampley. Landon Lampley has it. Here is Lampley. Back to Walker. Walker covered. No good. The shot is no good. Ridgway rebound. Paul Ridgway misses a three. It's Woods rebound. Lampley back to Lampley. Here's Landon Lampley. Lampley to Woods with the slam. Now here's Paul Oliver. Timeout Terre Haute. Well, folks, good game here tonight, but right now the Solar Flares have the lead. Back live here from Terre Haute. Really good game we are seeing here tonight. Folks, these two teams are going back and forth. Carson Norris is now in the game for the Terre Haute Arrows. Here's Brian. Brian has it. Back to Miller. Here's Tyler Wren. Wren looks. Pass to Oliver. Paul Oliver back to Brian. Pass to Wren. Here's Miller. Carson Norris misses a three. Lampley. It's Kenneth Lampley that has it. Back to Smith. Now it's Lampley. Jahari Miller covering. Now it's Ben Schaefer that has the ball. Schaefer back to Woods, who dunks it in. Here's Paul Oliver. Oliver now with it. Solar Flares on a 12-0 run in the last 3 minutes. Oliver holding the ball. Pass to Brian. Brian there. Looks. Puts it in. And it's put back in by the Arrows. Schaefer misses it. 39-34. 5-point game. Really good game, though. Arrows losing by 5. Here we go. One last quarter to play. Final quarter here from Terre Haute. Oliver has it. Oliver with it. Miller in the game. Same as Stevenson and Green. Jaden Norris is in the game as well. Here's Jonathan Stevenson. Pass to Green. Handing it back off to Stevenson. Stevenson looks tough. Back to Green. Oliver. Jaden Norris misses a three. Woods gets it back. Here's Barry. Barry has it. Carry on Barry. Misses a three. It's Stevenson with the rebound. Stevenson gives it to Oliver. Paul Oliver misses a three. It's Landon Lampley with the rebound. Lampley to Barry. Barry. There. He looks. Oliver there. Good defense. Here's Woods. Woods almost drops it. Here's Hopkins. Back to Woods. Woods does not get it to go. Still a 5-point game. Here's Green. They can't rush it. Here's Miller. Miller loses the ball. Hopkins with the steal. Orange Beach now with the ball. Here's Barry. Barry looks. Goes up. Misses the shot. Here's Paul Oliver. Oliver now. Oliver looks. Back to Norris. The pass back to Stevenson now. Stevenson gives it to Miller. Jahari Miller can't put it in either. Lampley back to Hopkins. Terre Haute's defense trying to come on strong. Only down 5 here. Barry misses the three. Stevenson has the ball. Stevenson to Norris. Jaden Norris puts it in for 2. Levi Walker now looking like he's coming into the game. Barry now has the ball. Timeout, Orange Beach. 3-point game. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. We are back here from Terre Haute. Zach Ella is coming into the game. How about that? Ella is in. Green is out there. Wren is out there. The starters are out there for the Yeah, the starters out there for the Arrows. Lampley, back to Walker. Here's Curry. Starters for both teams are out there. Kenneth Lampley now with it. Lampley misses a three. Wren barely gets the rebound. Here's Wren with it. Wren back to Stevenson. Three. Here's Ridgway, who puts it up for two. 1 point game. Here's Barry. Here's Barry. He has it. Kieran Barry can't put it in for three. Ellett, rebound. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson looks. Here is Stevenson. Back to Ellett. Ellett puts it up. Misses it two. Barry with the rebound. Orange Beach still up one. Here's Barry again. Here comes the crowd. Walker there. Back to Curry. Kenneth Lampley misses a three. Ridgway with the rebound. Ridgway back to Stevenson. Back to Wren. Here is Ellett back to Stevenson. Cap gives it back there. Zach Ellett for three. Here we go. Walker with it. Walker misses a two. Kenneth Lampley misses. Ridgway rebound. Ellett there has a ball. Back to Wren. Here's Green. Ellett there for three. Timeout Orange Beach. And now the Arrows are on fire. .120 left to play here from Terre Haute. Orange Beach. Their run got stalled by a guy named Zach Ellett. Zach Ellett is on fire here tonight. Here's Lampley. It's Kenneth Lampley. Here's Landon Lampley for three. He makes it. 2-point game. Here's Stevenson now. Stevenson has the ball. Stevenson back to Green. Green has it. Back to Ellett. Ellett looks for two. Misses. Barry gets the rebound. Here's Lampley. Back to Lampley. The shot is good. We are tied. Timeout Terre Haute. This game is going to go down to right to the end. The fans are on their feet here in Terre Haute. One timeout left for both teams. Tied at 44. 47.7 seconds left in the game. Here is Wren. Gives it back to Stevenson. Now here's Thunder. Back to Cap. Ellett drives it. Back to Ridgway. Ridgway can't put it in for the dunk. Here's Curry. Curry back to Lampley. Landon Lampley puts it in for three. Clutch is Landon Lampley. Here is Ellett once again. Ellett has it. Here is Zach Ellett. Elliott keeps it himself. Can't make the three. Rebounded. Green can't tie it up. And it's a foul by Stevenson. 2 missed threes. And now it's going to be Orange Beach ball. A foul by Stevenson. And that's going to put the Arrows out of the line. I mean, that's going to put the Solar Flares out of the line. It's Kerion Berry. Berry at the line for 2. Berry's first shot is good. It's a 4-point game. Here's Berry. The second shot is good. Timeout, Terre Haute. 5-point game. 2 missed threes to potentially tie the game by the Arrows. Missed. Now they are down by 5 to the Solar Flares. 12 seconds left. A missed shot here would pretty much end the game. A 3 would make it a 2-point game. Here we go. Wren with it. Pass to Elliott. Elliott back to Wren. To Stevenson. Tyler Wren looks. Misses a 3. Here's Berry. And Orange Beach comes out on top in Terre Haute. They will go back-to-back versus the Arrows. Great game in Terre Haute that went down to the final seconds. Terre Haute went on a run. Orange Beach came back. Terre Haute couldn't respond. The Solar Flares win this game. Time for tonight's player of the game. And it's going to be Kenneth Lampley once again.